If you love battle shonen, but you wish they were darker, more brutal, and actually willing to kill off characters, then listen up, because today we're diving into Jigokuraku, also known as Hell's Paradise. It's a dark shonen fantasy series that's captivated readers with its brutal world, unforgettable characters, and a story that's equal parts thrilling and thought-provoking. It takes the familiar battle shonen formula and pushes it into far harsher territory, where survival isn't guaranteed and every fight carries real consequences. But as strong as the series is, it isn't perfect. So let's break it down. Right off the bat, one of the many things that makes Hell's Paradise so compelling is its premise. The series follows Gabimaru, a highly skilled ninja who's sentenced to death, and a group of other condemned criminals sent to a mysterious island to retrieve the elixir of immortality. The catch? The island is filled with deadly creatures and supernatural hazards, and survival is far from guaranteed. That simple setup immediately raises the stakes and keeps the tension high from chapter 1. There's a constant sense of danger where every encounter could be their last, and the unpredictability makes the story gripping in a way that many other shonen series aren't. The world building in Hell's Paradise is another standout feature. The island itself is a character in its own right. It's terrifying, mysterious, and unpredictable, full of strange flora, monstrous wildlife, and supernatural phenomena that constantly test the character's abilities and wits. Each part of the island feels unique, which prevents the exploration arcs from ever feeling repetitive. For example, some areas are shrouded in poisonous mist, while others house enormous, grotesque creatures that test the team in entirely different ways. It's a living, breathing environment that keeps readers engaged and adds real stakes to the story. Beyond the worlds, the characters are a major reason that the series resonates. Gabimaru is the centerpiece, and he's remarkable because he's not just another overpowered fighter. On the surface, he's a cold, efficient assassin who can kill without hesitation. But as the story unfolds, we see his deeply human side. His love for his wife, his desire to live, and his struggle with guilt and morality. That balance of lethal skill and relatable emotion makes him incredibly compelling. And it's not just Gabimaru. Other characters like Yuzuriha, with her determination and inner strength, and the various other conflicts and executioners, all bring depth and diversity to the cast. Even minor characters leave an impression thanks to the way that the series often explores their backstories and motivations, giving the world real emotional weight. The action and art in Hell's Paradise are also top-notch. The fight scenes are fluid, dynamic, and often incredibly creative. The battles aren't just about who can hit harder, they involve strategy, environmental hazards, and the unique quirks of both humans and monsters. The art style leans heavily into the grotesque when it needs to, emphasizing the danger and horror of the island, but it can also be beautiful, particularly in scenes that highlight the island's strange and mysterious landscapes. One fight that stands out is Gabimaru's encounter with a massive creature that seems invincible at first. The tension builds page by page, combining suspense, strategy, and sheer skill. It's a sequence that really showcases why the series is so exciting to read. Another aspect that makes Hell's Paradise shine is its themes and emotional depth. Beyond the action, the series explores life, death, morality, and redemption. Characters aren't just fighting for victory, they're confronting their past, questioning what it means to survive, and dealing with the consequences of their choices. This moral complexity adds a layer of maturity and elevates the story above a standard action series, giving the readers moments to reflect between the intense battles. Of course, no series is without flaws, and Hell's Paradise has a few. Pacing can be an issue at times, especially during the slower exploration or setup arcs where the tension temporarily dips. Some of the side characters, while interesting at first, don't always get as much development as you might hope, leaving certain motivations or potential conflicts underexplored. And the extreme violence and gore, while part of the series' appeal, isn't for everyone. It can be intense and graphic, which may be off-putting to more casual viewers. But these flaws don't overshadow the strengths of the series. The slow moments are balanced by bursts of intense action. The characters you fall in love with are compelling enough to carry the story, and the world itself is fascinating enough to make every chapter feel worth reading. And for fans of dark fantasy or morally complex battle shonen, these flaws are often seen as minor compared to the series' overall quality. Ultimately, Hell's Paradise is more than just a dark shonen. It's a story about survival, humanity, and what it means to fight for something beyond yourself. Its combination of suspense, deep characters, creative action, and stunning art makes it one of the most noteworthy shonen of recent years. It's a thrilling, emotional ride that rewards readers who are willing to dive into its dark, dangerous world. So what's the final verdict? If you're a fan of dark shonen fantasy, Hell's Paradise is an absolute must-read. And even if you usually stick to more lighthearted shonen, it's still a solid recommendation because of its creative fights, rich characters, and gripping story. It's intense, it's emotional, it's beautifully crafted, and it's one of those series that you will remember long after the last page. If you haven't checked it out yet, this is the perfect time. Hell's Paradise is a wild ride through death, danger, and redemption. And for anyone who loves a battle shonen with depth, it's impossible to put down. But that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I'll see you guys next time.